a shimmering heat wisps from the cracked ground of the Jadasi Dreadlands, spawning false sanctuaries in the distance and a constant sweat on your brow. Your camels trudge slowly on through the dead and windless heat as you work your way north to Ferapet. But that goal is still at least a full week's travel from here, yet pressing on. As swirling sands part from distant dunes, a massive mountain mirage dominates the sky beyond and calls you to it. Hey, welcome back, everybody. I think you opened that bag of chips at the perfect time. I don't think anybody heard that.
Definitely not.
I think you nailed it.
I did.
Crunch.
Thanks for bringing attention to it.
So, now that chat has seen the intro, and all of you have seen the intro, we rejoin our 5 adventurers, each with your own beast of burden, a camel, if you will, moving through the Jadasi Dreadlands up to Ferapet. As you understand it, this journey is no small feat, and it will take at least a week worth of time to travel to Ferapet. But there are places and locations along the way. You set out just after daybreak. So at this point, the heat is really getting to you. Sweat dripping down your brow. Shielding yourself from the sun only seems to make things hotter because there's no airflow. What, if anything, would you like to do at the start of this journey?
At some point, either before we left or right after having left, I would have removed Curse from his shroud.
Okay.
Oh, then I would have begun the wearing process of that.
The wearing process.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know if I have to attune to it or not, but
it is attunement, I believe. It's not a custom magic item, so you can look that up. It's the
what's it called? I forget
Hellhound cloak?
Yes.
Yeah.
I put D&D.
And
Just a second ago.
D&D. Dungeons and Dragons and Dragons and Dragons and Dragons and Dragons.
And diners and drive-ins and dives.
And then at some point while we're walking, Taffy would hear Cheryl say, I wonder
Sam.
I wonder if we're out of the woods with with Mammon, and if this new deity is more benevolent.
Well, I haven't heard anything from Mammon in a while. I feel like my connection to him is very weak now, so I think we're good.
Cheryl kind of looks at you, and then he says, and then you hear in your head while looking at him, and his mouth is not moving.
Oh, you're talking to me, but not talking to me.
What is she saying?
Cheryl, you're talking to me.
And he's gonna think, what number am I thinking of?
Well, I don't know what number you're
think
thinking.
of like
4, 7.
Yeah.
It's 7.
And he's gonna look to Sarnorin, and he's gonna think 5.
Is he saying something?
You hear 5 in your head.
5?
Cheryl, are you okay?
And he's gonna like pull out a book, and he's gonna like flip through it, and he's like,
I need to make some calls.
well, and he's gonna, can you hear me? And he's gonna like look at Ren.
Ren's just gonna stare at you. Why are you staring at me?
He probably can.
You wouldn't have heard him ask if he can hear him.
Well,
He didn't say that out loud.
he probably can.
He definitely can.
Yeah.
I know.
So he's in it.
Can you speak? Are you speaking? Or words?
He sometimes like that. Yeah. This sometimes. In my research after Osiris did his thing last night, it's only ever happened with clerics with healing spells. That's how I can channel my divinity without using a spell slot. But it would seem that now I have telepathic capabilities thanks to using sending so much. I picked telepath as my feat.
That's super cool. Oh, I love that.
It's just
So you can.
So can we respond in our minds?
no.
Ah, okay.
It is slightly
Weird.
worse. I can talk to you in your minds at will as long as you're within 60 feet.
Great. Now I have my
I can cast detect
and
thoughts
Cheryl's.
if I want. Yeah.
Cool.
So it's like you can just sending us whenever now.
I guess so.
How
We'll
far?
have
Send me
to- we'll
something.
have to see.
You know what he said?
Love Cheryl.
Did you send anything? I don't think this is working. Dude.
Can you hear me now? The reception out here in the
just
Badlands.
said something along the lines of like, "Yeah, can you hear me now? Is testing or is
We
this
need
working?"
like a new hand
Right, no, my
symbol for when
response will
Sam
be-
is sending.
You hear the soundtrack
For
of Lord of the
Rising
Rings.
I don't think this is working.
We're walking through the desert. Can you hear me now?
And he's gonna look to Arsinoe.
What?
Yeah, that's sure. That's what he says.
That's what I say.
Cheryl's a big Trunk fan.
Oh god.
That's true. I remember.
So he's like, I wonder if the broker's blocking somehow, but seems to work for everybody else.
You can't hear it at all?
I want to
You're just
insight check.
joking.
I want to insight check you. We're gonna play this game. 16. No, 17, because I now have a plus 12 to insight.
God.
I rolled a 5.
19.
I rolled a 5 and I still got a 17.
But it wasn't enough.
Damn.
I seem to be telling the truth.
It's, you might even think
And there's your smudginess.
you might even think that Ren's mind might be impenetrable due to something to do with like his deal with the broker or something. You don't
have
think it's something
anti-telepathy.
wrong with like your thing. You think it might be something wrong with
Anti-telepathy.
I took the
So
anti-telepathy
annoying.
feat.
yeah.
He's going to try to detect thoughts on you then, because I can do that free once per day.
What does that do?
You get
No
his,
idea.
he gets your surface thoughts for free.
Yeah.
And he's not going to tell you that he's doing it.
And
but I
you
think
don't
you
know
Or
until
do
he
you?
pushes further.
That's how it works, yeah.
Yeah.
Sweet.
You do have to make a wisdom save.
DC 13? Or is it
16.
your DC?
My DC.
Okay.
Wisdom.
His surface thoughts are, I don't know what's going on with Cheryl, but I'm definitely not about to tell him.
Yeah.
Wisdom save.
Yeah.
My surface thoughts would be, it's really funny to watch. Cheryl think that his shit isn't working right.
He's going to put in your brain. I heard that.
Made you do that.
And then he's going to continue riding on, and he's like, I like my new skills.
Glad you used that for your daily use.
That was
I can cast it for a spell slot if I want, but it's
I
free
wanna
once
start,
per
like-
day, yeah.
Like reading his thoughts
Yes.
as he's driving along.
that was a really good
This
camel
camel hurts
cadence,
my
by
ass.
the way.
He's got a lot of practice.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Anyway,
Yeah, that was all I had. I just want to do that fun thing about how I got my feet.
I like that.
Got my feet back!
so as you all continue pressing on through the Jadasi Bedlands, you've heard that this particular trek might take the majority of your 7 to 8 day journey. But even after just one morning into afternoon, you wonder how you might be able to make it, even with an endless supply of water. It is just that abysmally hot and dead. There's no wind, nothing to look at and keep you busy until in the late afternoon, when the sun begins to get low in the sky, you actually see some of the heat radiating off of the desert. And it forms sort of a distorted image far in the distance. It looks like a tall mountain dominating the skyline. Just so much bigger than anything you've seen, even bigger than Mount Vernrim.
I'll ask Arsinoe. What is the place we're going to again? What is it? No, I'm not
Farapet.
asking her this.
Farapet.
I'll ask Arsinoe. Arsinoe, is that Farapet up there?
That is, yes, at the base of it. That's where Fair Pet is.
It's huge.
It's huge, yeah.
Yep.
Definitely. That's where we're going.
And I forget, Fairpet. I thought there was a town between Fairpet.
I think
There
that's
is.
where it
Maripet.
Shon'Daral is
Half a pet.
the town that, or the city that you guys will likely pass through on your way there.
And we're seeing Fairpet before.
well, you're seeing
The mountain.
The mountain.
Oh, the mountain. Okay.
Arsinoe, you would know. I won't even make you do a history check for it.
Yes!
I mean, you spend an abnormally large amount of time there. The mountain itself is called Aru Netjaket.
Never gonna say
Yeah,
that again.
that's okay. I'll send it. But basically, it's
I can't remember the Sultan's name still.
Sultan.
anyone that's traveled through Banara for an extended period of time has learned that travelers actually use this enormous mountain in the distance as a waypoint for direction, even more consistently than the sun, because almost anywhere in Banara it is visible. You can
crazy.
find it. It's almost like a
Cool.
North Star.
Yeah.
This is the place where the Oracle resides, or has resided. And it is the headquarters of the secretive Shadowed Sun Order. So,
Recap, nothing's attacked us.
in case something failed, it is now the third day in their journey. A
Halfway
giant,
through.
like, crater
ground.
pit sucked sand into a vortex, stole like 3 of your camels,
Euless,
but
Ar,
all
and
of
Bertrand
you,
are dead.
all of you are safe now, standing on the edge of this, and Arsinoe is investigating
And I rolled a
the
23.
23.
She rolled a 22.
Stop.
You said 22 earlier, though.
No, Sam said 22 earlier. Damn, here's what happened.
Getting close to like where the sand pocket is, it looks like basically as you kind of sift around this occurrence that sort of like pulled away some of the sand, whatever caused this to open up into a larger underground chamber and just like suck sand in.
Can I cast ritually detect magic while we're just sitting here?
Yeah, definitely.
I'm just gonna look to see if there's any auras or anything emanating in here or anywhere nearby.
You see
I
a
think
bunch
I'd like
of
to do that
invisible
with
butterflies
Pact,
around
too,
me.
to see if there's anything.
Weird.
Illusion-y.
There
Yeah.
A
Nice.
bunch of invisible hornets. around
So
me.
with detect magic, you get the sense that there may have been magic here. I mean, even
5
moments
minutes
ago,
Yeah.
but there's nothing now.
Smells like magic.
It feels extraplanar.
Okay. But there's nothing like at the
From a
bottom of the crevasse or anything emanating.
There's nothing in there. It's just like basically the sand has like plugged up the hole.
Can I fly down to the bottom and just start
Yeah,
investigating?
that's where
okay,
Arsinoe
my bad,
is,
my
yeah.
bad, my bad.
Come on down.
Come on down to
Great.
Happy Town.
The water's
Perfect.
She rolled a 23, and with that she
Then I'll
was
just
able
take
to
that.
basically.
I am
take
now
that
up to
instead.
speed.
She was basically able to discover that like whatever caused this chunk of ground to like disappear or disintegrate, whatever happened to it, it basically intersected with a larger underground chamber that caused the sand
Cave in.
to drain into it.
Judging by what the most recent catastrophic event was right here, is it the same size relatively as everything we've seen? Like, I guess in like sort of a clue sort of way. You know what I mean? Is there something to the symmetry or to the size of these things that speaks to knowledge as to its origins? Aside from what you've already given, obviously, I'm not trying to like
Yeah,
squeeze everything, but
I would say that this is definitely the largest one that you've seen.
it's perfectly symmetrical.
Yes. It's basically a perfect circle or sphere in this case.
Okay,
I think that god.
so with sand in
Scooping.
it.
Yeah, he needed crunchies on top. Oop, they're right out.
There's a theory for sure. That we'll
Yeah.
keep in.
Yeah, well, but the god here is
Right here.
not a good one. Apparently,
Just wanted some ice cream.
just wants fucking ice cream.
With some camel.
Can we hear anything
Protein.
approaching or anything like that?
Make a perception check for me.
I want to make sure we're not going to get freaking tag teamed. Doesn't matter. 10?
You feel just as alone as you have been this entire journey. And it startles you that
journey shit.
it startles you that even before this, I mean, none of you felt a presence from anyone that just happened.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Weird.
Weird.
Weirder.
I think the longer we stay out here, though, the bigger target we become. We should keep moving.
Especially now that we're down camels, it'll take us longer.
Well, and I personally think, right, because we're not the only ones who've experienced this, but we're close to the only people who've ever experienced these things. I think whenever we're on the right track, we see more of these. I think this is us knowing that we're going to the right place. So we should keep going.
Okay. You guys continue your trek a bit more cautiously now, and a bit more slowly because you are down to only 2 of your camels. You guys might take breaks, but
I'll try the broom or something.
Arsinoe, you might estimate that because of this occurrence, it might take you an extra day to get where you need to go.
Hey,
Yeah.
jeez.
Are we pressed for time? I mean, the leader did
We
just
might be
die.
on that.
Yeah, I don't know how quickly you need to
You got enough time
assume.
to get people there.
I guess so. Should we send... Does someone know we're coming? You know, we do have a telepathic genius.
Yeah, but he doesn't.
I haven't
know the
met any
people
of
that-
them.
Yeah, that's the
'Cause
problem.
he's worthless.
Oh, you can only
You know my
visit if
mom.
You know them.
Sending,
my
yeah, I
mom.
have to have met them before.
You know their,
Never mind.
You met your mom? Is
Do you
that
know my
something-
mom?
You don't have sending, do you?
Have y'all... Was there like a thing with her mom or
A
something?
meeting of the moms.
Just wondering.
Meeting
Like
of
kiss
the
her mom or
moms.
something?
Before I met y'all, I'd never left Brixton.
All right.
You're well traveled now, though.
I mean, they should be expecting you, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
I was laughing
not
at
him.
a joke in my brain. So I just imagine knowing my baby Stacy.
Yep.
Stacy's mom.
I was thinking that.
All right.
So, as
I just slowly fly away.
you all continue your travel through the Jadasi Badlands, it takes its toll on you, and you keep expecting that at some point you might find some traveler on the horizon, but over your 6-day total travel, none such occurrence.
Wow.
Sarnorin has found a way to dramatically lay back and drink himself over the broom and be like,
my
it's
God.
so hot. Oh my god.
And every time you do that, Cheryl creates water right above your face.
Let's hit the sand.
Waterboarding him constantly. Yeah.
Oh, thank you, Cheryl.
I love how dramatic and bougie Sarnorin is.
But at the end, or near the end of that 6th day, Arsinoe probably still leading the pack. You may be the first to see on the horizon another large hole in the ground. However, this one is different from the crater that you all just almost got sucked into.
This one like organized.
This one, as it comes into focus, make a perception check for me.
Sure.
I'm sure it'll be amazing, but
It's a rhombus.
Probably not.
it's a rhombus.
15.
With your 15, you feel that this must be Shon'Daral.
Oh.
The city on the horizon is actually, as you would be aware, a city that is built into the ground.
Oh.
It is in a giant hole.
Oh, thank God.
What lies outstretched before you is basically a massive land bridge extending this giant canyon within which there are a number of buildings, at least from what you can see from this distance. The hole appears to just descend indefinitely. There are a few buildings on the ground level, but for the most part, it appears to all just be underground.
So cool.
And as you analyze this site in the distance, you do finally see someone walking your way. A humanoid creature holds a cart driven by just a singular camel, moving very slowly. The cart appears to be almost like a spherical shape. It's not your typical covered
Rectangular.
wagon. and the shape appears to have bits of metal that are kind of tying things down. There are curtains on windows. It looks like a little camper and somebody who's making their way across. Yeah.
Cute.
That's funny.
It's a little airstream.
Yeah, sort of like that. Sort of like a little airstream.
Yes. Cute.
As they kind of pass you all,
I'm gonna
you-
let them know about the crater.
okay.
Like this.
Yeah, just like that.
I just see if you can see it.
Hello there.
Okay. Yes.
As you all pass this individual, you actually see them turn their head up for a moment, and you notice that it is a snake person, a Yuan Ti. But
Thought you were on a
different
sidewalk.
from how you might expect, a typical snake to look. This creature has gentle eyes. They're quite aged. Even with their scaly skin, you can see like deep set wrinkles and some sun damage even. As she wields the reins for her cart and passes by all of you, she kind of gives a subtle nod.
Can I see in
she
the
has
cart?
hands.
Yeah,
She's not a snake.
she's humanoid. Yeah,
she's a snake person.
Yuan Ti is they have different types, but
How do I
basically
You
want
Y-U-A-N
apostrophe
T-I.
T. Sorry,
You-
dash T.
dash T-I.
Comma to the top.
I see.
Not a common
Okay.
Yeah.
So she's a snake lady.
Got
with
that.
arms.
Yes. Uh-huh.
She look like a.
Yeah.
Kind of like in
She
Sam's
look like a
campaign, remember
snake.
when we fought those snake people?
They had snake legs. though.
They had snake
didn't.
legs.
They didn't have arms.
They did have arms. They had snake legs. One of them was blind.
That's right.
So like something like that. She looked like that.
Can I see in her cart?
Make a perception check for me. See if you can.
Just a
I'll send you a
casual.
picture of what she would look
She
like.
just
for you.
nodded.
17.
Yeah, she kind of nodded at you as she kind
Shoot her in
of
the
holds
head.
the. With your 17, you look into the cart and just kind of peering by like adjusting the height of your broom. You can see in through one of the windows. She doesn't carry with her any great riches. These appear to just be like her belongings.
Nothing for sale.
Nothing for sale. And these it doesn't appear to be like a recreational trip either. This looks like
she
she
lives
is
here.
moving. Yeah.
Oh, got it.
Oh.
Okay,
That's what you would probably guess.
got it. Okay.
You said you'd tell her about
Yeah.
the
I told her
hole.
about the crater.
She kind of like looks at you. Oh, thank you for the tip, dearie.
You're welcome.
Are you sure
Good
you're
luck.
okay out here on your own?
I'm afraid I don't have much choice.
What happened?
The town is dangerous. I live near the upper levels, but I was told by someone who visited, a chosen even, that I must leave if I want to stay safe.
A chosen told you this.
A chosen, yes.
Do you know their name?
I did manage to get their name. Let me look at it.
What's yours, by
In
the way?
my mind.
My name is Sarnorin.
In your mind, Cheryl's gonna ask you.
Where are
Do
you
you
from?
know the
How
other
old
chosen?
are you?
Do you know all the other
I was about
chosen?
to ask Alex.
What breed of Yuan Ti are you?
And then he would detect thoughts to see if he could get an answer.
My name is Yakei.
All right.
The name of the chosen I met was Cianala.
I kind of look towards
Do I,
Arsinoe to gauge her reaction.
do I know the other chosens?
You would have met most of them.
I know Sinala.
You do know Cianala.
Is she bad?
Sounds like a
Cianala
baddie.
is a very interesting individual. She's a rarity anywhere, but even in the Banara region where she hails from, she is a fairy of the desert flower. She hails from a very old, very secretive clan that typically just lives out their days in a secret desert oasis nobody knows the location of. But this person in particular found a higher calling, working to become a chosen and to serve the people of Bernara, much as you have. It's been probably at least a few years since you've seen her, but you know that she's a nice person. She's a gentle soul.
She's a nice, gentle.
Trustworthy?
So I had cast detect thoughts to get your reading
That's my initial
So
thing.
that's
Is like, she's a nice person, gentle soul, but I'm still confused.
Did she say
You know?
about anything specific about the danger?
As far as I know, miners, treasure seekers from beneath the dirt have been disappearing. And with any sort of frequency, I would expect that whatever trouble lurks beneath the dirt will extend to our city.
So where are you heading?
Their treasure beneath your city?
At one time there was. These old eyes have seen many treasures come and go. But none, and not many recently.
There's essentially treasure like all throughout Banata, but like
mines.
that, and like that's why people do so many like excursions and digs and stuff to try to find things.
You would know that the entire city of Shon'Daral was spawned into existence because people found like an ancient ruin underground and began digging. It attracted more and more people, and the city expanded as they were digging deeper and deeper down. It's been the lifeblood of this entire city, but it sounds like maybe there's not so much treasure as there used to.
Do you?
Where are you heading?
I have decided to leave for John Parun.
That's where we just came
That's
from.
pretty far.
Very far.
I have traveled the sands before.
John Prune also does have danger at night, well, and so it would be good to before you find a place to stay. If it's nighttime, then I'd stay out of the city.
I appreciate your concern, but I do have things of my own, you see.
I do.
Burn it with a fire!
Here's kind of an odd question. If we were to help make your city safer, would that convince you to come with us, get back to the city?
And give us your camel.
I would consider staying, but I know best in my old age to listen when a chosen tells me I should do something.
Well,
That's fantastic. We actually have a
interesting.
chosen with us.
Yeah, she's also chosen.
2 in 1 day.
Day.
What is your name?
My name is Arsinoe.
It's a pleasure to meet you, Arsinoe.
We call her Cindy.
They don't.
Don't.
Call her Arson.
They don't.
We don't.
Perhaps the gods you serve have decided to bring you together to battle this threat.
Let's hope so. Thank you for the input. Thanks for letting us know.
Of course. I will hold this memory in mind forever.
There's only like
2
10 more minutes.
chosen in 1 day. As she like kind of gives the camel
Giddy
the
up,
go ahead
Daisy.
to like continue. You hear her kind of murmuring to
So
herself.
she's still leaving.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't believe.
I also don't know if we can stop whatever the hell's coming for their city. So like, Cheryl was not gonna back you on like, what if we can stop it? It's
No,
like,
let that bitch go.
we've been
Let that
trying
bitch
and we've
go.
had no luck.
She looked like she's pretty
killed it
prepared
every
for that
time.
desert. I think she'd be alright.
But it's
You
still
know that
stealing
you
stuff,
know
so it's
that
like-
the Yuan tea from this particular like region, Banara in general, are typically accustomed to the sands. Many of them even know how to
Makes
like
sense.
burrow underground during the day to like give themselves a break. And it seems like she's leaving when the sun is going down. So she knows
totally
what she's
fine.
doing.
All right.
You guys left when the sun was coming up. But you had endless water, so it was fine. As she moves on to the distance, her shape waves into non-existent as barrage
never
basically hides her
Heat
form.
waves.
She was never here.
You all press on to Shon'Daral?
Resist completely.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We press on.
Okay. Moving closer to the city, the sun now barely casting any light upon it. You can make out the structures a bit more clearly. Specifically, this land bridge that extends across is not a man-made bridge by your estimation. it looks like this was ground level and everything just got dug out around it. As you step onto the bridge, you can see there are some stairways every so often that lead down into the city streets below. And at some points, when you peer over the edge, you just see basically like spires of buildings attached to one another into endless black.
Where can we leave our camels before we like go into?
You
They could
do
probably
see
come
some
with us.
Yeah, you see some people like on camels as well. In particular, from the opposite side of the bridge, moving your direction, and they take the camels like down
Okay.
stairs and ramps.
Yeah, I would get off the camel to lead it down. I'm not gonna try to ride the thing downstairs. This is also extra weight that is now like,
Yes,
shifting
yeah.
your center of gravity way more forward than.
And you are massive.
Yeah, you're
He's only medium, guys.
But in this case, I think I would be considered large because I'm considered large for anything like carrying and weight purposes.
Right.
So that camel don't have no
He
hump
is
anymore.
stocky.
Camel looks like a horse.
As you all descend,
nice joke, Becca. Nailed it.
Thank you.
as you all descend into the city, wow. As you all descend into the city, you see quite lavish establishments all around you. What you imagine coming in were small shanty towns, people mining and digging up for treasure. But as you explore the city, you begin to gather that this is likely where the nicer houses are, the more well-off residents live
towards the bottom?
up here,
Top.
towards the
Towards
top.
the
Off in the distance, you can see a large spire that actually almost gets to ground level, and there's an exquisitely what is the word I'm looking for?
Built?
Extravagant.
Design.
It's extravagant, but yeah, it was, I guess, designed.
Intricate.
Crafted?
Yeah, crafted. A large building that looks like
Yeah, it
an
looks
inn,
fancy.
but it's way more grand than
Ornate.
anything you've ever seen. It's very ornate.
Yeah.
The building itself looks like it's made almost entirely of metal, glass, and marble finishings. And you actually can read across the top in a giant sign that has been created for this establishment, Diamond Desires.
Very Dubai vibes.
Mm-hmm. Is there anything you guys are trying to do or looking for specifically?
Place to sleep.
I'm looking for a house that would have recently been left by an old lady.
You recall that she did mention to you that she lived near the upper
I was like,
upper
"Damn."
level, but the fact that she was not in the upper level probably means it's a bit deeper down.
Yeah.
I want to find the chosen, so I want to like ask around and ask
Okay.
if anybody's heard of anyone around.
You find a Aasimar who is currently tying up a camel and speaking with a couple of other people that have walked up to them. They look like they're kind of wrapped in a lot of cloth, and the camel that they rode in on has massive barrels on either side that they are now basically like emptying into like a sort of barrel cart that these two people have brought along. You walk up to them. Can I help you?
Ask them. Ask them.
Mm-hmm.
Got you, my dude.
Y'all seen The Chosen?
So much pressure now. I am looking for someone in the area that I'm aware was at least here today. I'm looking for one of the chosen. Say their name.
Cianala. Yeah.
You know,
Cianala.
See you never.
Got him.
You come at the right time. I believe I last saw her heading into Diamond Desires. I'm not sure what she is doing here, but we are glad to have her.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Is it
course.
obvious that no one knows that their last oracle's dead?
Does seem like
dying.
that way so far.
I think he's asking the
I'm asking
he's asking
the DM.
Yeah. It seems
Notice
like
how I
nobody
didn't do
knows.
the British accent. Yeah.
Drops it. What? Drops the British accent. Do you guys know that your oracle's dead?
Starts riding through town on his camel like Paul Revere. Like,
Oracle's dead. The oracle's dead.
Town
Yeah,
crier,
it
Sarnorin.
seems like nobody
Like
is
they're
aware
not
of it.
telling people anything.
Yeah, it also.
one
I mean,
knows.
even from Arsinoe's vision, like it seems
It's unclear.
Unclear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
the sands are shifting, they might say.
they might.
They might say that.
They might say that.
I don't know. Never heard.
Actually, Sarnor, I'm gonna have you make an insight check here.
Okay.
We take all that back.
Our most insightful boy.
8.
Yeah.
You actually do have good insight. I didn't realize you were.
This
looking at it.
particular person, whenever he mentions that he's he's glad that a chosen is here, he appears a bit solemn.
Maybe they do know.
He might know.
Okay. Who he? He who?
The Aasimar, the one that I
The
just
dude that's
asked.
like peddling water, it looks like, right?
But he's an Aasimar.
Mhm.
From this area. So he's probably connected to Oham too.
Not necessarily Oham, but Aasimars, at least in the backstory they gave Alex a long time ago, are like usually like
Connected.
protectors and things like that in the area and guards and stuff like that.
And they're fairly common as well.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Really?
in this area.
in this area.
Near the oracle place.
Mm-hmm.
Forget the name of it.
Parapet.
Parapet.
Near
that's
the
right.
oracle
The
place.
pet, the pet that's far away.
Arsinoe,
Near the
make a history check, and I offer this to you because you're from here. I feel like nobody else would
Thank you
really
for the
be
offer.
Yeah, I
aware.
haven't
But
been here.
Operative line.
Oh yeah, baby. Where's
Yeah,
history?
man.
18 plus 5.
okay,
Good math.
you know that moisture runners, as this person likely is, bring water in from other places to the city, and most often those moisture runners go to Farapet for their water because it is the closest.
Moisture runners.
Yeah, it's the closest.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the closest thing
It'd always be more.
that has like a water supply.
A wild boy.
Yeah, a water boy. So, being that he probably came from Farapet, he may have gleaned something of the Oracle's disappearance or
Bougie.
issues with the Oracle. So
Or a
that may
tractor.
be a reason that he would know potentially.
Okay. I'm gonna find a place to tie up my camel
Okay.
and then go.
I will tie my
inside.
camel next to hers.
As you begin tying your own camel outside
own camel
of
stand.
Diamond Desires,
She's like, but I don't know anything here.
I'm just copying you.
There's
Hey.
one right there.
a tabaxi comes out and says, No, please allow me. You are in our care now.
valet.
And he like walks up and begins tying your camels for you.
can verify.
Please, after me.
Or validate.
They want
Welcome
Thank
to
you.
Diamond Desires.
They want you to tip you.
Do I know that?
It
it feels obvious, but
I feel like that's something you might
I
not
like
know
that the guy
because
said after
you
me.
Yeah, he did.
you're
But I-
familiar with the area, but you lived in like Farapet for so long, you were almost
Yeah.
sequestered probably.
Yeah.
Shelter.
Oh, just in case,
It's up to you. I mean, you might
Yeah.
know, you might not. I think
We're
either one
basically
plays.
the Four Seasons.
I will give.
Yeah, we know
3
that, but our
silver.
characters might not know that.
I
you
don't
tip,
know
yeah.
anything.
Your patronage is appreciated. Thank you.
Seem irritated.
He doesn't seem like thrilled, but
I'll flip him uncle.
thank you. I appreciate it. If you are in need of your
Chosen
camels,
over
find me or one of my associates. We will be out here.
Does he have like a uniform on or something?
He does appear to have some sort of like white robe.
An embroidered logo on it.
It doesn't look like something you would be carrying around in a city of dirt. So
Shave my head.
you tip the
Cut off wherever you said.
you tip the tabaxi, which sounds like a turn of phrase, but you all begin to walk into this massive establishment which now that the sun has set appears almost like a diamond in the sky. Lights from within illuminate it, and with it on its pedestal and the glass coverings all the way around it, it just looks like a giant, bright, shining diamond.
Shine bright like a diamond.
Yeah, something like that.
There, he's making Sam work for it.
He's gonna do like this when you try to grab him.
He might be on you.
Oh, the potato!
He's on you.
Fritz has made an appearance.
Hello, buddy.
His collar is new and it says the best dog in the galaxy.
Oh, he is the best dog in the galaxy.
He is the best dog.
Sorry for any dog owners
huge.
out there. We got him. So
yeah,
Yeah,
not
we
Ladies and
yours.
have
gentlemen,
him.
we got him.
We got him.
My dog doesn't bark at
Person
everything. I'm
tracking
just
a
saying.
dog.
That's
Oh,
true.
But
That
she
is true.
sheds.
Yeah,
He's the
but I also
most
should
doggy
vacuum more
dog.
too.
But her hair like buries itself.
Anyway,
You can't see Fritz in the frame.
Is he in the middle?
He's
Yeah.
in the middle.
You see
He's
the
right in the
snoot.
frame.
You guys make your way into this glowing establishment, and as you do, you see these sort of marble tile floors, windows that showcase the beauty of the view that this place has. It almost looks like a mountainside resort as you look out on the landscape, lit by the very last wanings of evening sun. But it's below ground level. It just like
So
looks
it's
like you're looking at
underground
mountain ranges.
mountain resort.
Yeah.
That's cool.
As you walk further in, you see a front counter and one particularly well-composed Aarakocra. He looks like a white falcon with like sort of gray at the end of his feathers. Welcome.
Oh. Do we see anyone that matches the description of the other chosen, like in the lobby or anything?
Make a perception check. I feel like Arsinoe probably would have explained what she looks like a bit.
I also
Yeah.
got her surface thoughts on it. So.
Oh, nice.
18.
Okay. With your 18, you don't see anyone in the immediate vicinity that matches that description, and you feel like even with a room full of characters such as this, you would probably be able to spot her a mile away. I do actually have a picture that I've been using as hers. I will send it to you guys so you have it.
Fritz is sitting in the chair.
Oh, he's like a little person.
Pretty.
thinks he's
pretty, up
people.
here. Come see me.
He's coming to see you, literally.
Hi.
Okay,
I don't know. Could you see any of that on screen?
I don't think so.
Oh my god.
Okay.
Put that in Discord. That's hilarious.
Yeah. So I'm gonna send this picture of the other chosen to you guys, and I'm also gonna put that picture in the Discord along with this picture of Fritz in the Discord because it's adorable. So if you guys are interested in what we're doing, check us out in the Discord. We love.
Okay, what is
badass.
this? Who is this?
This is the chosen.
The other one.
This is what she looks like.
Is she missing an arm, or is it just behind her back?
That's just Mid-Journey. being
Oh,
weird.
okay.
But yeah, it doesn't do well with the
Mid-Journey's
pinballs.
He only paid for the one arm.
What up, sis? That looks cool.
But she is a fairy of the desert
Should I
flower.
put this in the creatures channel? Or Wrath of Zealous? Or Fritty?
Oh, creatures for sure. So you don't see anyone matching that description. You feel like you would because they have a very distinct
And I
look.
feel like other people would be like around them. But yeah, that's why I asked. I didn't know if there was like a gathering of people around this.
How can I help you?
We are searching for someone. Forgot her name again.
Arsinoe.
Cianala.
You know.
Cianala.
Like see you
Never gonna
later,
happen.
but
See you now.
See you now.
See you in an hour.
See you in an hour. Crocodiles.
There it is. Now you'll never forget it.
You'll forget it in about a second.
I now have, after all, crocodile in my head.
That's her name.
Cianala.
Crocodile.
someone did just arrive in this establishment by that name. I am not privy to give out details. For one,
I understand.
they are a guest.
Okay, I understand.
So you are.
Um,
you can give some details. About
Sorry, please ignore.
I am allowed to give a certain level of detail. Yes, your friend is staying here.
Yeah, we would like to. I think stay a night. Yeah.
Okay.
Preferably next to them, if you can do that without giving.
Can you
it
let
away.
them know we're here?
I will pass the message along.
Thank you.
Yes.
I don't know Arsinoe is here.
We were all about to say the same thing.
Yes.
Yes, let her know Sarnorin is here.
Someone is here. They did not leave me a name.
I'll send away.
I will pass that along.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Alligator.
Now, what manner of rooms can I set you up in?
That one
What
really
tier
got
of
you,
rooms
huh?
do you have?
Well, we have
Just the stupidity of it.
a single room located near the center of the establishment. I do not recommend. You will not have a good view from there, but it could be nice if you're looking to just bed down and enjoy some of our amenities.
I'll take a nice view. That would be
Okay.
Cheryl's gonna telepathy to you and just say, like, if you drop that you're a chosen, can we get free rooms? Because this place looks expensive.
I don't know.
If you're interested in a view, we do have a balcony room that would fit at least half of your group. I would
pretty big. So.
I would say probably 2 rooms for that, and that would be 25 gold
25 gold.
per
Alright.
room.
Per room. Okay. I will pay that then.
I can pay some too. 25 gold per room.
25 gold per room per
And
night.
how many
we
rooms?
need to, is what he said.
I can pay 1 room.
You want to pay one room? Okay,
Yeah.
I'll pay the other one.
That's fine. Okay, I hand over 25 gold.
Thank you.
Same.
Thank you. Thank you. And please, each of you, take this token of our appreciation. Please do enjoy your stay at the Diamond Dreams. And he hands each of you like a little piece of paper, a little ticket. And you
It's a room key.
look at the ticket, and it is. He also hands you a room key, but the ticket.
Oh, I thought this was gonna be like the card keys, but like magic.
No,
like you hold it
that's a
up to,
cool
like,
idea.
glyph, and
Okay,
the glyph
yeah, it's
lights
also
up.
that. But the paper itself reads that it is good for basically 1 minimum bet in the gambling hall.
Has the Wi-Fi password on it.
Yeah.
Free
Yeah.
minimum bet.
Yes.
What does
One
it
free
mean?
minimum bet.
What is it? Do we know the house minimum?
What's the
It
house
would
minimum?
say on the ticket it's 20 gold.
Okay.
Oh, so we paid 5 gold for these
Are
rooms.
you going to use that?
I might.
I have a feeling you might.
No. Nope. What about you? Plan on using that?
He's starting to get sweaty. Don't give it to him.
It's a free bet in the casino.
Oh,
seems
fuck
really
yeah,
nervous.
Taffy's using that.
I forgot about that.
Oh yeah.
I was surprised when you didn't react
you
to
were
Alex
dealing
telling
with
us
that.
that he
Yeah.
was
Sorry.
giving us that.
Sorry.
I was
But are you
fine.
addicted to
And as
gambling
you
too?
kind of look over the
Probably
ticket, he does also mention you
Sick.
may
I have won like
m-
thousands
do
of
it.
I've won like thousands of gold in the campaign already. Like actually, legitimately.
Many travelers also are interested in our other amenities, in particular the fact that we have a swimming pool.
I would also like to do that.
It's nice when you've been subjected to the dry heats of our
Yes.
region.
Does that cost extra?
It is 5 gold per guest per day.
For it's a whole day.
Yes,
Right.
What time
We
of
want-
day is it right now?
it's night. The sun has just set, basically.
Tomorrow thing. What time? Yeah. Doesn't matter.
What time does the pool open?
The pool is open 24 hours.
I fucking
Very
love
nice.
swimming.
We do also have a private pathway that leads down into the depths of Shon'Daral if anyone is interested in the history of this place. Don't worry, it does not get too close to street level. You will be perfectly safe from the viewing platforms.
We can just go there anytime, or is there specific times that they're?
We do offer
Guides.
guided tours, but if you would like to guide yourself, it is 10 gold pieces per person.
All right.
Where is it?
He kind of like points out located near the back of the
Cheryl.
establishment. There is not a
Squeezing
door
us for
so
money.
much as like
Yes.
almost a spiral staircase that leads down, and he explains that it leads to a pathway that you can't see from the front of the building, brings you all the way down. Do be prepared. It can take up to a full day to make it all the way to the bottom and back up.
We're in a rush.
We might have to pass on that.
It will take a full day regardless of how you travel.
How
But we're not going down.
Oh, I understand. Okay. What'd you say?
does he seem eager to get us on this walkway?
Ooh.
Probably because he wants to.
Make an insight check.
Beyond financial gain.
Make an insight check.
Please clear the walkway.
Nat 20 for a 25.
Are closed.
He is trying to make as much money as he possibly can.
But there's nothing like malicious going on.
No, he's not wishing ill will upon any of you.
We die, we can't spend more money.
With that check, though, with the natural 20, you do feel that it's more than him just performing well at his job.
Okay.
I don't understand that.
Trying to impress people.
Like trying to be impressive specifically to us, or do I get the impression he just does this for people?
You get the impression that this is more than a job.
Oh, gotcha.
Okay.
He lives for this.
He's a company man.
Sort of.
Oh, I was thinking he was like
Enslaved?
bound. Yeah, like.
Make a perception check.
Oh,
I was
he got some fucking shackles or something.
Well, I was
He's
thinking
got
that
some bonds
whenever
on.
the other people were wearing white robes and stuff, I was like,
It's kind of culty. Yeah.
well, like slavey.
13.
I didn't like it.
9 3/4.
Plus 8, so 12.
You think you're funny, do you?
You can't place it, but there's something up with this Aarakocra's wings. Usually
Always
you
been
see
clipped.
somebody like kind of like
No.
flapping around or extending, stretching. His are not.
Oh.
Let's
Okay.
Is,
kill him and take his soul and we can ask him. Were you
Through
enslaved?
conversations with you,
You are now.
would we have learned that indentured servitude is a big deal where you're from?
I think so. Like we would have talked about all this kind of stuff like before we got here.
Would you know
like,
that is the first question.
Yeah. I feel like I would know that, but also then it wouldn't like I can't know it like since I've been here. So like
Yeah.
I can figure it out
Kind
and
of
maybe
infer,
just like
yeah.
infer and let y'all know when we're in the room. Like what I've observed
You
so
would
far.
you would know that indentured servitude is not necessarily commonplace,
Mm-hmm.
but it does happen, especially in places like this where people can get into dire straits.
Yeah.
Really easily.
Yeah,
Let's go gamble.
Okay.
which is what he said just before he got a job here.
Do you also know
Before we got
where we
the
might
job here.
procure some camels? We lost 3 of ours on our way in.
Without a doubt, I would be happy to supply you with some. We would be able to sell them to you for a fee or rent them.
Okay, we will come back to you when we check out.
Understood. Please, do let me know. By all means, ask for me. My name is Seriev.
Seriev, I actually have.
Somebody else remember that.
I do have a follow-up question before.
That's what you guys get for asking
got
for names all the time.
True.
It is in there now.
I didn't ask this time.
Before we part ways, we noticed quite a lot of people leaving town when we got here. Care to speak to that? They seemed worried.
There are some unfounded rumors of issues deep within Shon'Daral. There are always cave-ins, accidents. These things happen. People get spooked and they leave.
Right. Can we go to our rooms?
Of course.
That
Yeah.
was just Becca.
Yep. So you guys, are you going straight to your rooms? Or are you going to gamble
drop
and
off
stuff
our
first?
stuff.
Okay.
I'm
Check
gonna
out
go
the
to my room for a while.
the digs
Drop the camel off.
in the room.
He just poops everywhere.
Hey, I left this lumber all over the
So
place.
you guys get into your rooms, and Seriev did not lie. The view from the balcony here is astounding. as you walked towards Shon'Daral, you felt like you could see for miles, and you could see the mountain in the distance. So seeing this like difference in elevation extend in almost perpetuity, as opposed to just flat nothingness and some dunes, is just such a welcome sight after a almost week of travel for you all. Looking down into the depths, it does descend into almost darkness, but as your eyes sort of adjust and the night falls in, you can see like literally little flickering torch lights marking the way down,
Cool.
even though it eventually does become pitch black.
The balconies and stuff, are they like fully private balconies, or can you see other people's balconies?
They are all private balconies. The way the building appears to be
I was
arranged.
hoping that maybe we could like, see an hour.
Basically, the glass and windows that you were seeing is more or less like the balconies all lining the outside of this establishment, and then the other rooms that he was telling you probably don't want are like more towards the center, so they don't have windows.
No unboo.
Can we see the hotel's private pathway from here, from our balcony?
Yeah, I would say that from this vantage point, it should be easy enough. You can actually see, so that the building is sort of perched atop a spire of rock and other buildings, and leading out the back of the establishment, in one of the rocky areas, there is a doorway that cascades light onto a pathway that seems to spiral down.
Can we see anyone on it?
No, you don't see anyone on it.
Okay. I'm gonna summon Harry, and I'm gonna have him fly the
Okay.
pathway for as far as he can go.
Mm-hmm.
And if he finds anyone, to stay out of sight, but to watch them and to see if anyone disappears.
Okay. We'll
And
maybe
just let
circle
me know.
back to that.
Yeah, I'll
as
just have
it's-
him kind of
yeah.
doing that.
While we're gambling.
Yeah.
I will say as he's like descending, you like the darkness of night becomes even more pitch black, and it's just astounding to you, even for this short amount of time that it's traveled, how deep this really goes.
Yeah.
And it just, you appear to only be scratching the surface thus far.
Aha!
Is there anything you guys would like to do aside from that
Oh, we're only
while this is happening? Aha!
I think I think gambling's fine, but I think we should keep an ear to the ground about people disappearing.
Cheryl will hand Ren his ticket. The only person you didn't ask if I wanted mine.
I thought you didn't. Wait, did we all get one?
No, just the two that purchased rooms.
my
That's
bad.
why. Yeah, that's why I didn't
I
ask
thought you asked him, Sarnorin, though.
Her and her.
I asked these two.
He
I
would have
got in the
given
room
you
with
his.
them.
Yeah. So,
Thank you.
yeah. Try not to get too fucked up.
I would like. I'm not.
Okay,
We're in our
you,
room, and
Cheryl.
I would like to meditate.
Okay.
Cheryl
Before
could get
doing
drunk at the
anything.
last party we were at.
Make a religion check for
in the
me.
Feywild.
Right.
Me too. You and I went ham.
Cheryl was spraying water or drinks on people.
Non-natural 20.
Okay.
30 twans.
What are you meditating on specifically? What are you focused on?
The last oracle and like, just kind of, I guess, like kind of starting on like the last thing that I saw of them like disappearing and such.
Okay.
Just trying to see if their presence is like still in existence, or if maybe I could like
Still on
speak
this
to them.
plane.
Okay.
Just anything like that.
As you focus on the Oracle, who you've only known ever as such, her visage sort of comes into your mind. You see her sitting, meditating, cross-legged. The soles of her feet basically facing the sky, as she also concentrates, meditates. In this vision, it is daylight, so you get the sense that it might not be the same time
Mm-hmm.
as what you're living out now. but her fur that you've always known to be sort of like a light tan has completely drained of any color. It is now almost a whitish silver. And her eyes, as they kind of like flicker open, used to be a sort of amber brown, are now a pale blue. As she stares out in your direction, you see a vision of stars in her own eyes. You hear her breath being drawn in and out and in and out, and as it lets out, it almost reverberates through the space. It echoes through the chambers that she meditates in, and she falls. And you
Does
wake
it
up.
look similar to the same fall that happened a few days ago?
A few days ago, she just sort of like disappeared.
Okay.
She didn't necessarily fall, but here you actually see her like tumble forward to the ground.
Like she's dying?
Looks like might have
trouble.
passed out.
Yeah.
She's falling and she can't get up.
Okay.
Okay. Is there anything else anyone else would like to do? Anything else anyone else? Yeah.
Did you?
I would like
that
to try
ticket?
and contact my family
Come
again.
into our room.
Okay.
Say that.
Make an Arcana check for me.
I don't necessarily want the ticket, but I really don't
Fuck.
bind.
I won't
No.
get into a bind. I'll be fine.
Do not bet your soul or
Perhaps
anyone
your
else's
attention is a
or
bit
your
divided
time.
between
anyone
so many,
else's.
so
Souls
much
already
of the
taken.
spectacle of this place, the
Yeah.
fact that
Or anyone
Harry is
else's.
flying down and sort of spying for you, and you just can't really seem to find focus. Maybe you're even dehydrated a bit.
Oh, I'm definitely dehydrated.
But speaking of Harry,
Harry.
Oh no.
you
Dead booty.
get the sense that he has spotted people walking the trail.
Okay.
So did we walk that trail and go down?
No, it's like 10 gold a person
He sent Harry down the
to
outside.
fly over
Harry,
it.
okay,
Yeah.
okay.
And he's just sort of like watching them. That's
Yeah.
what. Okay.
I'm just having him do surveillance, see if anything weird starts to happen.
Mhm.
You know, they get swallowed up or something.
Got it. Based on your perception through him, I won't even have you roll a check. It appears that these
Nobody's gonna use
people are goers of the Diamond Dreams establishment. They don't work there, but they have paid and saw the sights and are coming back. They're kind of talking back and forth. Wow, I didn't know how deep it went. This is amazing. I'm really glad we didn't have to walk the actual streets. That would have been really creepy. You saw that one guy? He had an eye patch. Freaky stuff.
Does it look like there
What are
are
their names?
multiple exits off of this
It's
pathway?
Ren.
It looks like it is a in and
Oh,
out.
okay.
Basically, there's no
Like a dragon's way.
yeah.
So the streets are like scary here?
Yeah.
Deep.
As you go deeper,
Okay.
things tend to get more impoverished
Got
towards
it.
the bottom, and you would have
Rough
probably.
blue collar dudes.
Mhm.
The deeper it gets, the more slums it gets.
That is where the digging happens, and the
camel
most
might have its
desperate
windows,
people
but
go.
broken.
I've like leaned in
dig,
to
dig,
their room and asked her for her thing, and then look over at Taffy. Wanna go gambling?
Did someone say gambling?
Yes.
I would love
But I feel
gambling.
like maybe we should bring like a wise soul with us. So Cheryl, you want to come
You
gamble?
want to go
with us?
gamble?
Not gonna gamble, but I'll come with.
That's
Did
what
he
I was
mention that
thinking on.
gamblers drink for free?
He did not mention anything about that.
Okay.
Yeah,
Gamblers
this
drink for
isn't
free.
old Vegas. This is New Vegas. Everything costs money.
Yeah, I feel like Cheryl might help us. Keep our wits to us. So.
I don't know. Cheryl is quite the party animal.
Cheryl's very
said that-
confused by what you're trying to insinuate.
I'm insinuating that if we try to
You're a
deal
good
with the
person.
devil, you're going to
Cheryl.
stop us.
Oh,
Yeah.
I thought you were trying to get me to like read people's
Nope.
minds and like give you an edge at gambling.
I'm trying to bring you to make sure that we don't fuck up.
We are now.
Oh yeah, buddy.
No, because Cheryl didn't mention that. You didn't think of it already, so you didn't.
No,
Don't
I was-
metagame is what Sam is
I
saying.
was genuinely
Yeah, but
bringing
he
Cheryl to
showed
be
us
like,
his
if he
telepathic
starts
powers
doing something
earlier. It's
creepy,
too late.
you gonna fucking
What would I?
know.
What would I do?
I told
I don't know.
them-
You got a scarab that collects people's fucking souls, man.
You
Which
did-
one of us just got into a deal that they didn't know about?
Last time we were on vacation,
You know,
did
that was
blow
my
up a
mother's
building.
doing.
It's technically both of
Just
us,
wanna
but
put
you
that
did it
out
more
loud.
recently.
It was my mom.
If you could not blow this one up, though, that would be good.
I told him
What's
not
up?
to gamble his soul or anyone else's, his time or anyone else's.
Why would I do either of those things?
Yeah, but seriously, if this one could not blow up any other way, just don't blow it up.
Those are my 2 major
Guys.
parameters.
We
He
got out of
has-
that just fine.
He has
Listen,
also promised to tell
I
us when he has to
understand,
do stuff like
but
that.
twice becomes a pattern, and then they start looking for you. Just don't blow it up.
We'll have Cheryl.
Just don't.
I couldn't stop him last time.
Please don't blow it
I'm
up.
gonna, actually, I'm not giving you my thing because that traces back to me. I'm just gonna give you
Well, my
100 gold.
Gonjue piece.
Sweet. The thing is worth 20 gold.
I know, but
Okay.
but in my mind, I'm thinking like, oh, what happens if he uses it and then somebody's like, oh, well, that was this chick's room. Now it's on me.
Guys, we're gambling. This is not a
Yeah, with our lives.
It's a casino, right?
More or less.
Yes,
Yeah.
but also there's somebody who is
They hurt
That's
people.
fine.
an
I'll
indentured
take it.
servant. No. Hi. Nope.
She already said no before the wink, and then she was like,
Oh, I
gambling.
winked at Ren. You just didn't see me.
We're going gambling,
Okay.
if that's cool.
Yeah.
Gambling
And
boy.
we're doing it either way if it's not.
That's totally fine.
We'll just gamble in the room.
Is everyone going gambling? That's
We're leaving her.
Okay.
She's supposed to go.
got it.
I'm gonna join.
Here's some
Okay,
books.
so we're all going gambling.
Got it.
But I'm gonna be on the lookout for Sienala.
Yep. As you all walk down the stairs from where your rooms are, you enter an establishment that is alight with a magical flare. What is typically lit by torches instead is lit by a number of bioluminescent vials capped at the end.
That's
They almost look
cool.
like neon signs the way that they're shaped. So they have different tables, but the one that catches your eye in specific is a dice game where people are all sitting around. Looks like they're kind of taking turns rolling different
Star
types
Wars
of
dice?
dice.
Telling stories.
Not exactly like that. For anyone in the chat who has played this game, it is Gambit of Ord. And the way it works, as you watch and maybe catch a couple of rounds just to see how it works before you dive in, is each player participating rolls a d8 and keeps their score hidden. At that point, you can either raise your bet or basically
Yes, you
walk
do.
away and just lose what you
Okay.
have.
And the
How do
person
you
with
win?
the highest bet wins.
Yeah, basically.
Highest roll.
Well, it's 1d8. There's a raise, call, fold. 1d6, raise, call, fold, and then finally
A 1d4.
everyone rolls a 1d4, and whoever wins at that
Combined
point.
total.
Yeah.
Okay.
How do we cheat in it?
Wait, I don't understand.
Count.
Do you roll? Everybody rolls 1d8,
you need
1d6, and then 1d4.
Yeah, everybody rolls
Unless you
1d8,
fold.
and then based on what you have, you could like try and bluff if you want
Is
to
it
like
a
try and
dice-
scare people away.
Is it
You-
a dice game? Like
Yes.
they're actually playing with dice? Okay.
Yeah.
You need a familiar.
We're weighted dice.
I don't understand.
They're trying to
I
cheat this
literally
game.
don't understand the game.
Yeah, we are.
So you
Okay.
roll. Everyone rolls a d8, and then it's hidden. So only you know what you've rolled. And based on that, kind of like poker with your hand, you decide whether or not you want to stay in, raise, whatever.
So then at that round, does the person with the highest 1d8 win something?
No, you
Well,
don't.
then
No.
what's the point of
You roll
rolling
three
a
Because
times.
because at the very end, you add all your dice.
It's
Whoever has
all
the
one
most
round.
Oh,
wins.
it's not
Yeah.
just the d4.
No. It's
No,
all
it's
of
all
them.
of them.
Yeah.
Okay.
But your
That's what I was
your
thinking.
bank, it's again like poker. It's like they might reveal cards that are better for
On the
you
fly
later on.
type of situation.
You might roll better later on. So even if you start off with a low roll,
And there is
you
there
understand
is
it.
We've
So just
confused
ignore
her.
the last part that I said.
Yep.
there is
Morgan
also
heard
a house
herself
roller
confused.
who gets a +1 to each of their dice rolls.
What?
Just because the
What?
there is also
I
a
don't roll
house
here.
roller, somebody who rolls basically
What
the
am I-
house's
what am I
place.
doing?
Yeah,
They get a
eight,
+1 to
six,
each roll.
I think you can.
So I have an automatic.
Can I?
And what is my
They have an
card?
advantage.
What
I
is
think
my
you can do
card
like a
do that
secret
gives
roll.
me?
It allows
Are
you
you
one
like
minimum bet,
Oh.
which is
like
20
DM or
gold.
something?
I'm done.
Okay.
Never mind.
Did
I'm
y'all
gonna
catch
play
that?
one-
The lowest the house can roll is 6, because they get a +1 to each of their rolls.
Okay. You have to be a 6.
Mhm.
Well, minimum.
Okay. Well, I want to play.
If you have,
Okay.
If you have below 6.
Can are we each given a set of dice? All have been watching.
So you need
Yeah.
to roll.
Are we each
At
given a set of
least.
dice that we are given back?
I can't do that.
That you
but-
give
If you
back
do
to
two
them?
ones, you can-
Like, so
Yeah.
you're given a set of dice
Mhm.
by the house.
Yes.
Do you get your dice set every roll, or does your dice set change out every roll?
You get your dice set every roll.
Okay.
Whatever leads to the conclusion that there is probably no funny business going on here.
Well, nope, that's not what he wanted to know.
I think he's asking
Yeah.
if you can bring your own dice or if they provide.
No, he's
them for you.
asking.
Oh,
if,
they provide. The house has
He's
dice.
asking if we play together
Mhm.
and there are 2 d8s, will he get the same d8 every single time he has to roll a d8?
Every single time
Wait,
he gets to roll.
Yeah,
yes.
you'll
Wait,
always
dice.
get my dice back.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm trying to figure out if I can
Yeah.
play my dice.
He's trying to cheat.
Okay.
Also, how does the house track what we roll?
They don't.
What if I was like 864?
I mean, they'll like know if you shift it or whatever.
We'll
But
say
yeah.
that there's someone standing
They
over your
might.
shoulder every time. You know?
Okay, I'm ready to play. I'm gonna
Okay.
play the card, so that lets me play one.
Mhm.
All right.
You sit down at a table with a couple of peculiar
I'll watch her first.
players. First, there is a dark-skinned woman with pale gray eyes that seem to look like just straight ahead, but also you feel like she can see you at the same time. It's a very weird sensation.